there's a basic standard for how you conduct an audit. I tell everybody it's a little like doing a science experiment. And if you've ever done a science fair experiment or anything like that, then you kind of know our process. You start with an objective, and that's just a question really. And it's really a research question of, is this process efficient? Is this process effective? Are they compliant with policy? Those kind of broad questions. That team goes in and does some research. Once they make that hypothesis, they put together a testing program. So it's really your experiment gets going there. That's your science experiment. And they go out and do some testing and say, was our hypothesis correct? Is this audit going to end the way we expected it to? Each unit is like its own city. We are doing education and healthcare, but we're also wastewater treatment plants on the units, and we're raising cattle, and there's all sorts of things that the agency does, and there is just so much to learn. I'm on the outside looking in, so I may not know every single intricacy of that process. I may not know everything that goes into getting that job done. And so I think something's a great idea. And when we're floating those things with the client, they, the equivalent of Renee, aren't you cute? That'll never work, gets said. And we walk through, here's why it won't work. And sometimes they're 100% right. There's a piece of information I didn't have and it will not work. Sometimes I'll push back and challenge and say, will it not work, or are we just scared that it won't? And what else in this process can we tweak to make this work? Because I think it's a really good recommendation for the agency. I think it is something that could change people's lives or the efficiency of a process. It may make me a giant nerd, but I think what we do is so fun. And when you get together with other auditors, which sounds like a lot of fun, right? You get together with a bunch of other auditors, it sounds like a great way to spend your time. We are the most interesting auditors in the room, hands down, every time, because of what we audit. The types of things we get to audit are so unique. In the audit world. We audited livestock production one time because the agency is a huge producer of beef cattle, and those are assets. So there's money related to those cattle. So we counted cows. And our team did not know a whole lot about counting cows, and we heard our fair share of it while we were out there doing this with the people on the unit. They were out there every day, all day long, in the dust, in the dirt, in the cow slobber with everybody else. And I think sometimes that's where we bridge that gap between, these are the scary people that come out and audit us, and these are just people too, and they're going to be out there with us every day. And if what we're doing is hard, the auditors are going to be out there doing the hard thing too during the course of that audit. And I think that goes a long way with our clients. So I am coming up on my 20th year anniversary. So I have been here almost 2 decades now, which is crazy to say. As somebody who thought this was just a job after college, I needed insurance, right? And I'd do this for a few years and move on. Once I found my spot here with Internal Audit Division and saw the impact and difference we could make for the agency, and not just agency employees, but the incarcerated individuals here, it really truly became a passion and a calling, and I don't see doing this work anywhere else for me. That is probably the thing that I enjoy the most about this job, is you are never gonna say, I know everything I ever needed to know about this agency, or everything I ever needed to know to audit this agency. I learn something new every single day I come to this office.